Hey, hey, hey. How you doing? This is my 2004 Astro van. All-wheel drive. I love it. Built this custom rack up there. I just got back from over 2.5 months, and I finally took the time to clean this thing out. And I know people were asking what's going on with this thing, and the plan is to eventually rip out all of this factory trim. This thing came to me, everything was working, I kind of paid up for it. Chassis has no rust. I mean, it's pretty crazy. It's like a vehicle that's, you know, only a couple years old under here. Pretty amazing. And so I figured it's worth putting money into it, which I have. I just recently blew the transmission in Tucson coming back, and then I did the Jasper transmission. And then I went ahead and did new control arm bushings and ball joints and idler arms and an axle, and now I need another one. But the next plan is, got that interior, put a floor in. I think I'm going to go with some sort of rubber mat, and then maybe the same version of this. All this is, it's pretty badass. It's just 2 boxes over here, and this platform that rests on it. Cantilevers over. I got a ton of storage. I could put a lot of my tools back here, and I've got a 3-inch foam mattress on top of that, and it's very comfortable to sleep on, and there's plenty of room in there. This box here was my kitchen box on the road, and this was everything else. You know, I got my jack in there for if I got to work on the truck, tools and whatnot. Right now it's just hodgepodged in there because I haven't taken that apart yet, but I cleaned everything else out. I got a sleeping bag behind that pack, and that's a survival pack. It's got everything I need in it, just in case. So that's what's going on there. Pretty clean vehicle. Like I said, everything works up here. I actually love the CD player. And the next step is going to be ripping this out and building out my own interior with wood. It's what I do for a living, and it should be pretty badass when I'm finished. I mean, there's a lot of dead space here. If I can get this up, insulated, gee whiz. I mean, I got to gain, what, close to 1 foot of space, I'm guessing, on width. Built this rack. Now, this plywood is going to come up, and I'm going to do an ironwood decking, probably IPA, and with stainless steel hardware. But this deck worked great on my trip, and sorry, I'm talking with my hands. But this deck worked out great for the trip. I slept up here one night in Texas, and I put a lot of gear up here. The way I rigged it was, I made these hardwood pieces here of Apatong, and I bolted them directly to the factory roof rack. I hope you can see that. And you know, once I got that joint correct, I was able to lay the pieces up and put a straight line, so I knew how to cut the tops of them. And then this rear piece is just slid on these poles, and up here on the front, made this piece here. Now this cantilever's over, and it rattles a little. You don't normally hear it, but you know, it's kind of touching right down there. I'm going to make that go away pretty soon. I'm going to pull all that off and redo it. I don't know if you can see it, because I can't see what you're looking at there. I'm just doing this on my phone. So I'll refine this a little bit better, but it's pretty badass. I want to paint this here, and but everything looks pretty good under here. The next step is going to be a lift, and you know, make it tough. These wheels are great, these method wheels, but the offset is incorrect. It widens the truck, which would not be a problem for most people. It's only a problem for me because I live in a building that was built in 1926 with a very, very narrow driveway. So I have to climb up on a curb and ride a curb down, which is why these bolts here are rubbed, but they're protecting the rim, so that's good. My plan is to get a set of Chevy wheels. These are 17s on here right now, and I might go with some Chevy 17 aluminum wheels and maybe a 235 tire, to narrow the profile so I could drive down my driveway again without it rubbing. Anyhow, that's just a quick walkthrough with this thing. It's going to be really sweet when I'm done. Believe me. If you check out Mike Z Design on Facebook, you'll see my woodworking, and you'll be able to understand what I'm about to do with this thing. And it's Mike Z Design on Instagram, and MikeZDesign.com. I have a website. It's kind of old and antiquated. I don't really do anything with it, but you can read about me and how I work if you're in the LA area. This is the workshop, which is an old garage. Borrow this from a client. I'm currently working on a project with all this walnut under here that I milled up the other day. And I do custom bicycles. We call them clunkers. That's an old Schwinn frame right up there with a shock on it. It's for sale. And there's a 62 Schwinn hanging up here. Very rare, 1 year only frame. With an old Funk suspension fork on it. Old tough neck stem. I hoard parts. I'm a hoarder. Proud hoarder of bicycle parts. Yeah, because if you don't have them, you can't do anything. Here's a Worksman's frame I'm doing. Got to get to that stuff too, but it's tough. A couple of bikes here that are for sale. Anyhow, woohoo! If you're in LA and you want to see this van, want to talk to me about it, that's cool. I'll be posting some more videos as I start working along on it, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be badass. I think when you see the work I do, you'll probably be in anticipation. Waiting in anticipation. Anyhow, bye.